You know, most people, when they start out in comedy, start in Cherry Hill and try to work their way towards Las Vegas. Some people try to do it the other way. Those are the ones that we call philosophy majors. This man entered the College Comedy Challenge and beat out 50 other people on a whim. How about that? And the grand prize of the College Comedy Challenge was a night here at Catch a Rising Star. Second prize, 2 nights at Catch a Rising Star. Put your hands together, give him a nice warm welcome. I want to hear the roof come off in this place. Let's hear it from Vegas Land.
To the window! To the wall! To the wall! Till the sweat drops down my balls! My balls! All these bitches crawl! Crawl! Oh, excuse me! Oh, my name is Vegas Lancaster. And it is never appropriate to rap in public. One way to start an act. I read this comedy book that was trying to tell me how to be a better comedian, and it said that you should start your act by coming on stage and describing some obvious physical feature of yourself that made life harder for you, and talking about that. So if I didn't have any legs, I would come on stage and say, stand-up comedy has always been tough for me. Or if I was a black guy, I'd come up and say, growing up sure was hard with that big penis of mine. You get the idea. So, it sure is tough being a middle-class, educated, white American in the prime of his life. When I was growing up, we were so middle-class that when I asked for a Sega Genesis for my birthday, they bought me a Sega Genesis and a new bike. Perhaps the diversity is hard line of comedy is not for me. I like current events comedy, which has become problematic because I don't think there are any more current events. I turn on cable news and all they want to tell me about is this dork with a mohawk on American Idol and Anna Nicole Smith. And I don't really understand why they want to keep talking about Anna Nicole Smith, because you know how when you take your garbage out, sometimes it'll rain, and the rainwater will seep through the garbage, and it'll form a little pool at the bottom that's brown and smelly liquid, garbage juice? I think Anna Nicole Smith is about as interesting as garbage juice. And 2 months ago, I turned on the news, and they said Anna Nicole Smith had died. And I said, oh, that's not relevant to my life. And 2 months later, they're still talking about Anna Nicole Smith. The cable pundits talk about her doctor, and her lawyer, and her baby, and her money, and her divorce, and her dead husband, and her dead son, and her dead corpse. And it seems like the only thing about Anna Nicole Smith that's interesting is the parts that they don't talk about, her titties. I'll tell you what I think is interesting, though. Evolution and intelligent design. How's that for a segue? Evolution is interesting because all it implies to me is that for a species to be successful, its creatures have to have sex more often than they die. You know, I watch enough Maury Povich to know that with humans that's the case. Intelligent design is strange to me, though, because it implies that we were designed intelligently. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm so lanky and awkward that I can hardly walk around without falling over. This side of my chest is concave and the other is convex. I have pimples, and I have ass hair, and that doesn't make sense. Dingleberries are not intelligent design. I can't even get rid of my ass hair because I don't want to shave it off because I don't want to put a razor up my butt. And I don't want to laser it off because I don't want the Death Star shooting into my Alderaan. And I can't wax it off because I'm afraid that the wax would harden up and seal up my hole. And, well, I'm a philosophy major. I'm already full of shit. But, you know, another maybe flaw in intelligent design is weird phobias that people have. People have these strange gibberies in their head that make them afraid of strange things. There's something called medorthophobia, which is very strange. It is the fear of erect penises. I think that's shatteringly interesting, because, shatteringly so, because it implies that somewhere in this world there is a medorthophobe who wakes up every morning, looks down, and goes, I hate mornings! Another phobia that's quite interesting to me is called caligynophobia. Caligynophobia is the fear of beautiful women. And I'm glad I don't have caligynophobia, because that would make the internet much less interesting. It must be very strange to be the girlfriend of a caligynophobe, because you imagine the conversations they must have. She'd be all like, hey, how do I look in this dress, honey? And he'd say, like a warthog with Down syndrome. Just the way I like you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vegas Lancaster, and I appreciate you all coming out here and supporting me, and I love all of you from the College of New Jersey.